If you don't mind, I have a few questions.
I'd be delighted to help you if I'm able.
What exactly happened here while I was absent?
Hampton turned, quite violently as it happened. Lurking about, attacked Miss Jones. To say he created quite a commotion would be an understatement.
Are you sure it was
Can we
Hampton
eat some supper? I'm
Jones?
getting hungry.
There was blood everywhere.
We'll stop
no body.
soon either way.
And you know the state she was in. I fear for what he did with her. Hopefully he just hid the corpse.
How did the guard of Priwen come to hear of this?
McCullum has spies everywhere. He will jump at any opportunity to disparage the Brotherhood and show his contempt.
I just recently met the strangest creature in Whitechapel. He was immense. He mocked me and accused me of hypocrisy.
Perhaps it was a skull. London's streets are overflowing with them these days.
It was a vampire, all right. But what kind, I'm not sure. He was large and very fast.
If you find anything more about this creature, the Brotherhood would greatly appreciate any information you could spare.
He was observing me with the obvious intent to do me harm. His very presence evoked a palpable sense of menace.
You need to be careful, Jonathan. You've no idea what this creature really is.
I recently tried to enter a church. It has been a very unpleasant experience.
The Brotherhood's research on the matter of faith and vampirism has proved somewhat insubstantial, to say the least.
Is this proof that I'm cursed in the eyes of the divine?
The wrath of the Almighty? There's no way of knowing. It could be subconscious guilt, or irrational fear, or deep-seated beliefs.
It's hard to explain in terms of science, that's for sure.
I'm sure Lady Ashbury will have far greater insight into this matter than little old me.
Who was that man in your office?
Geoffrey McCullum, actual leader of the Guard of Priwen. I suspect he's the man behind the rebirth of this old and dusty society.
They know I'm here now, don't they?
I can guarantee one thing. The Guard of Priwen would never dare to attack the hospital while I'm in charge here.
What do they hope to achieve?
Their ultimate goal is the eradication of all vampires in the country. They see you as a threat to mankind, Jonathan.
Thank you, Edgar.
East End Docks. No. So next part is at the docks. Perfect.
But there's still one sharp mark.
Sean Hampton
Exclamation
lives
mark.
and breathes for the well-being of his
Yes.
flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
Gotta be careful, it looks like you can overhear something.
It's not her. It's Lady Ashbury. First.
Disgust on every street corner.
What on earth happened here?
Nothing that we can investigate. Where's
We
this?
could talk with people.
Yeah, I want to talk to the vampire bitch.
Good evening, Miss Halcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Rich, vibrant blood.
Is there anything you can tell me about the recent commotion here?
Many things can happen under cover of night, Dr. Reed. But I took no part in this massacre.
But did you see or hear anything?
I can't say I did. But the smell of fresh blood almost made me faint, Doctor.
Okay.
I'll leave you,
It's just
Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal.
what we already know.
Maybe some other people.
So maybe it's not Lady Ashbury.
Oh, Jonathan, I cannot believe my eyes. Poor woman, butchered by some savage scowl.
Yes, and I'm afraid I'm at least partially responsible. The man, the Scowl, I brought him here.
Jonathan, how could you say such a thing?
Forgive me if I feel despondent, for there seems to be no end to the suffering and death that surrounds us.
I'm always here for you, Jonathan.
Have you embraced this woman, like the other patient, this Mr. Renfield?
Her name was Amelia. And no, I did not kill her. I vowed a very long time ago that I would never take another life, unless they ask.
Is there sufficient vitality in the blood of the sick and dying patients?
Yes, Jonathan. The hunger gnaws at me every waking hour. Frankly, I'm starving.
Temptation surrounds us. Rich, vital. How can you resist?
Over the years, any pleasure I once gleaned from feeding is long gone. I drink for sustenance. And though I still thirst for more, I restrain myself.
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature,
I
a
already forgot
vampire
his
in
name.
Whitechapel, stating I had to obey the law of conduct.
What more can you tell me about him?
He was bigger than a man. Huge, in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon. You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather out doing his master's bidding.
What is Ascalon?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take my advice and stay well away.
I have experienced a certain difficulty when faced with holy symbols or trying to enter religious buildings. Have you?
Now that's quite a question. I don't know why, but yes, it has happened to me.
Is this a sign? The hand of God in action? Are we repellent unto heaven?
I don't have the answers, Jonathan. But I believe superstition and magic is just fact awaiting the lens of science.
Aren't you frightened?
Very little scares me, my dear. To be compelled to avoid symbols of faith does not concern me.
Thank you, my lady. I hope to see you again soon.
Okay, next time will be ducks. For today, I would say we'll save.
Ask them.
I won't talk to everyone right now. They will only say, yeah, it was a massacre. By the way, it was a massacre. Oh, so much blood. There was a massacre. Oh, that was so cruel. You should have seen that, but you weren't here. They're still living their normal life, that's the point.
Better leave it for now. We'll upgrade next time.
Yeah, I'll upgrade now.
Why not? You never listen to me and you never let me upgrade anything.
So, what do you need? Stamina or stun?
Stun.
Ooh. Damage or reloading time for mountain shotgun.
Can you stop?
10%, 25%.
Damage. You're using it so early.
Again, damage.
Can I actually check letters if we didn't have any of them?
We have no new ones.
Because there was one which suggested that there is something to examine in the letter.
Let's see. We're using this invisibility way too less.
Thanks for doing what I asked you to do.
What you wanted?
To go to your letters and check one thing.
We
in the
don't
letters.
have anything new. What is so hard
The
to
last letter
understand?
was suggesting that there was something to.
To find the guy who can read it. For that we need mesmerize.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So read it.
Too long. What the LEL for?
Fatigue, headache, headache, fatigue, headache, migraine.
What she's ill for on this guy?
Cold.
When we will finally go to the last part of the town.
When it's ready for the quest, it will be high level, so now going there is not advised, because now we're 14 and this boss I guess was 16, so it's all quite logic.
Okay.
Alright. Then for today, next time you can play again. If you want to.
Yeah.
Alright, so next time will be dogs. I guess that will be quite short. And then the last part, which will be a little bit longer because we never were there. So we'll manage to do it in time. That's it for today. See you next time. Bye bye. Your boobs were jiggling. No comment.